Hey guys, Carmen here from Urban Farm School. We're in my front yard edible landscape and I'm continuing my series on some of my favorite plants to incorporate into your forest garden. And one of my all-time favorites, if you know me at all, you know I love this plant, and that's catmint. So this is Nepeta species. There are a number of wonderful varieties. The one I've mostly got planted in my yard is Walker's Low. I want to show you this plant and explain why I think it really belongs in a forest garden system. So I'm just going to turn my camera here and show you, if I can keep my thumb out of the system, show you this plant. So this is catmint, Walker's Low catmint. Now, this plant I've actually cut back by about half, and it's starting to bloom again. So it's a member of the mint family. It responds really well to cutting back. If you don't do anything at all to it, that's just fine. This guy was covered in these long, beautiful branches of lavender colored flowers that the bees absolutely go nuts over. So we've had serious bee activity on all of our catmint plants for months and months already. And it wasn't that long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I decided to give these guys a haircut. When I cut them off, you can see down here some of the old branches that I've just laid down on the forest floor, basically here. Let those add to the mulch resources and keep the nutrient cycle humming. Beautiful thing about this plant, and one of the reasons I really love it, is because it's just one of those plants that again performs multiple functions for us in our forest garden. So because it's a member of the mint family, it is edible. It has medicinal purposes. It has a very, very strong scent. So this plant is incredibly useful as an aromatic pest confuser species. We have used this with great success in our front yard edible landscape here, our front yard forest garden, to deter or actually mask the scent of other plants for against deer and rabbits, which we get a lot of in our front yard. In fact, we often get deer bedding down in our front yard, and this plant has a strong enough scent that when the animals rub up against it, that's pretty well all they can smell. So the great thing about this plant is also that so we've got pollinator services, we've got pest confuser services, we've got edibility, we've got medicinal uses, can be used for teas, but it also is a fantastic ground cover plant. So planted in large plantings, especially if you've got a larger forest garden system, this plant is amazing, and it produces so much biomass every year. I just think that it's got fantastic abilities as a mulch producer for our forest garden systems. I'm in love with this plant. Is really one of my all-time favorite plants to incorporate into a forest garden system. And there's my thumb again. Geez, I have a hard time with that. And it's just beautiful. I love the way it looks. It looks like lavender. This far north, sometimes growing lavender can be quite challenging. So if you like that lovely color, then you're going to be rewarded with a lot of beauty. And by the way, purple are pollinators' favorite colors. So we see a lot of activity on these plants, and so that's why it definitely deserves a spot in every one of my forest garden designs. I love this plant. I hope you do too. So folks, if you like this video, please feel free to leave comments below or ask any questions you may have about cold climate forest gardening. Happy to answer those. Check us out online at urbanfarmschool.ca or on Instagram at urbanfarmyyc. We'll see you in the next video.